Yo guys, welcome back to another Danmachi Memoria Freese video, and in this video I'm going to be telling you guys whether you should be summoning on these sale battle gachas. Just a little insight into these gachas. Yes, they are time limited. No, they are yes, they are reruns, which means the first step is not a guaranteed, it is a discounted. Then there's the guaranteed, then there's another discounted. It basically tells you right there you can draw this gacha for 200 Iris on the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th, which means all of the steps that are not guaranteed are half price, which basically is like a clearance sale for old units. This is what these banners are basically. Better value for Iris if you missed them the first time, but I still don't think it's worth it. Okay, long story short, if you want to know if I think you should summon on these banners right now and you don't want to review the units with me, no. If you're free to play, do not touch them. If you are a casual spender like myself, maybe do a few steps to try and get the Barky or the wealth. If you're a whale, why are you watching my video? I don't know. But yeah, it's completely up to you guys. This is just my advice. I hope that helped. Okay, now the rest of you who want to stay on and I think I just killed my video. But the rest of you that want to stay on and review the units, by all means, let's get straight into it now. Go to the album. Let's take. I usually edit this stuff out, but this is a really late video. It's been a really long day. I don't really want to do snipping or anything. I just want to be lazy and upload a lazy video. Okay, where are we, eyes? Where are you? There you are. Okay, max limit broker, max hero ascended. Let's be unrealistic about this. Okay, so she is a magic attack fire type. Stats are pretty good, not fantastic. Remember, these units are like a year old, so their stats are not going to be as high as the current or more up-to-date units. Also, on a second note, I'm pretty sure you need 5 hero light to unlock their hero ascended, or to be able to hero ascend them. You need to unlock them with you need to unlock their hero ascension with 5 hero light, which is really sucky, and considering how very few hero lights you get for free-to-play players and stuff, that's a big old negative. Straight into her abilities. Okay, so her special ability, AoE Ultra Fire magic attack with damage plus 30% per each target magic resist reduction. That was a mouthful. Okay, so obviously buffing her on damage depending on how many stacked magic resist reductions on the enemy. That's pretty good. So and right here she stacks her own damage by adding the magic resist for 2 turns. So you would use this maybe you would have to use this 2 turns before, or a turn before, using your special attack if you were going to get the 30% increase. So mid fire magic attack with temporary magic boost and a magic resist minus 25% for 2 turns. Cool. Anything that boosts your whole team's damage if you were to make a mono fire team would be good, but in this case you would probably have Crozo already, and Crozo is, I would say, hands down better for that. But then you wouldn't really have, I wouldn't really mix magic and fire attack, but that's a video for another time. Anyway, sorry, magic attack and physical attack, not magic and fire. Anyway, fast high fire magic attack with ultra penetration rate. So that is her hard hitting ability right there. Doesn't really do anything else. It is what it is. It does what it does. Nothing special. Her last ability, AoE high fire magic attack, damage plus 50% per each target's magic reduction skill. If you can find a way to extend those debuffs, which is really not that hard. I suppose she would work well on the Fire Bros team, even though she does magic damage instead. It's not as well synced as it could be if she was a physical attacker, but it would still work because of the increase in fire damage. Plus of the ability of Argo and Crozo to extend buffs and extend debuffs for enemies, it would work really well. You could increase her damage basically infinitely, you know. So yeah, she has the potential to put out a lot of damage. Magic Blast is the common pool magic combo attack. Magic using whirlwind resist. Okay, so no special counter ability. That would make sense considering how old the unit is. We're going to move on to the next adventurer, which would be You know what? We're just gonna mix. We're gonna go through and we're gonna mix both banners anyway. The Tione, whatever. And I always get mixed up anyway. A light magic attacker. Again, her stats pretty good. Nothing major, nothing special. They're within the range of what I would say is normal and not superb. Straight in, ultra light magic attack with temporary magic boost. Her special attack is garbage. Garbage. There is no. Why is my hair sticking out the back of my hat? It doesn't do anything else. There's no boosting, no support type abilities on there. Nothing. It's just damage. I don't like it. It's lazy character design for games. It's just, especially this game where team building is such a vital part, and making sure you're paying attention to your rotations is even more key. It just feels wrong. Low light magic attack with a self light attack damage boost plus 75% for 4 turns. That is an amazing boost. It is just for her element type, but 75% you cannot scoff at, even if it is a single target attack. Rampage beat, a self increase in special attack gauge, charge gained by 100% for 4 turns, plus a low light single target magic attack. I like this. It's on Chigusa. Chigusa doesn't do any damage, but I prefer it on Chigusa. And lastly, all of her skills are single target. High light magic attack with temporary magic boost and light resist minus 25% for 3 turns. Okay, so she can at least extend her. So she can increase her special attack gauge, decrease resistances on the enemy, and increase her own damage or her element type damage at least. Common pool combo attack and beast killer. Okay, nothing special. Straight on to the next adventurer, where you no, that's not the one. That's not the one. It's the one next to her. There we go. And Tiana, that's it. All right, cool. Now we're the right way round. Okay, so she is a balance type. Even for a balance type, I think her stats are a little bit low. Her agility and endurance are definitely on the lower side. Okay, thunder type. Ultra thunder physical attack with 50% stun. Don't really rate that. It's just a stun. There's so many other special attacks that you could be using. Allies physical resist and magic resist plus 35% for 2 turns. That's cool. Allies agility and endurance plus 30% for 3 turns. Okay, so a pure support type here. I won't knock it. It's always good to have a support type, but if you're going to have a character like that, why not have her healing as well? Single target delayed. Oh, what? I've never come across that before, but okay. Mid thunder physical attack and puts targets to sleep. Oh, okay. So delayed. I would assume that means it doesn't matter how fast she is, she would probably always go last, so that if she puts the target asleep, there's no chance of them being woken up by someone else hitting them. Gotcha. Kind of useless considering most people in PvE and PvP try to focus on AoE. So it's a real niche ability there. Blitz, top family executives. You don't see that combo that often. Nothing else really to speak of that stands out. What is the other unit? It is Leafia, right? Is it Leafia? It should be Leafia. Did we do Leafia? I don't think we did. We did the eyes. No, we did not do the Leafia, who I have 2 copies of. Oh, you know, I wanted the Tsubaki, but okay, so another light magic attacker. Again, her stats not incredible, but still good. Do not misunderstand me here. I'm not saying she's bad. Her stats in comparison to more current magic attacker units are lower. Not by a massive amount, but still are lower, and it has to be noted. Anyway, Radiant Lily, AoE ultra light magic attack and makes targets slow. While I value slows, especially in everything, if you can slow your enemies, great. I don't think it's something that you should prioritize on a special attack when there are units out there that can do it on their regular abilities. So not impressed with the special attack. Okay, AoE light, low light magic attack, stealth light attack damage plus 75% for 4 turns. Cool. I mean, it has a low modifier, so it's not going to do a lot of damage, but you cannot scoff at a 75% boost, even if it is just to her element type. AoE, mid, light magic attack, and stealth magic attack, stealth magic plus 60% 4 turns. Okay, so she can boost her element type and her damage type 4 turns each. That is really good. And then I assume her last ability here is where all the damage comes from. A high AoE light magic attack with a 40% slow. This is what I'm talking about. If you were to make her special attack something, say, that lowered enemies' light resistance or magic resistance, she would be relevant. As relevant as other characters. But sadly, I don't rate her special attack. Not saying she's bad, but I don't rate that special attack. Magic Blast, again, can pull. Fight with a rival, not as common. No counter stuff there. Okay, now we move on to the assists. Assists. Where are you? Where are you? I'm gonna find you. Here you are, right. Wealth. Max limit break. Endurance type. Okay, so allies taunt resist and stun resist 100% with an endurance plus 5%. All allies. This is such value for an assist, especially in any record buster. Like he carries the value of, think about it, he carries the value of at least 8 glorious anklets. Like that's everyone on your team is resistant to taunt and stun. That's crazy. He is amazing as an assist, but not time limited, so I wouldn't, we'll get to that afterwards. And then the next one being to Barky. This was the one I summoned for, and I did it for a specific reason. Okay, so foes critical rate minus 10%, allies counter rate plus 20%. Okay, let me explain. In Record Buster, the majority of your damage is going to be coming from counter attacks all the time, because as you know, as you progress, the enemy attacks more than you do. So if you're counter attacking every time they attack, that means you have an equal amount of attacks, and if you're paying attention to your rotations, basically the majority of your damage is probably after coming from special attacks. Don't get twisted. The majority of your damage will be coming from counter attacks. So having a higher counter rate, it basically turns your team into killing machines, even when it's not even though your turn's up. Most people probably have Orna. Now, while Orna increases your counter rate by 20% as well, she also increases your guard rate. Now, if you guard, you take 0 damage. If you take 0 damage, you don't counter. If you don't counter, you don't do damage. So Orna for Record Buster specifically, I wouldn't recommend her being used. For Wargame, on the other hand, you can argue against it. Orna is still a very good assist. But this is the reason I did 3 summons just for 1 copy. Now I'm going to give you my final thought. I've dragged the video out too long. Okay, do I think you should summon? I already said this at the beginning. I summoned because my Record Buster team needs work. I was just shy of coming in the top 1,000 players this time around. I'm a little bit disappointed. That's why I did it. But so close to the lab banner, I still have time to get my 12k Iris, I think. I don't think it's worth summoning for any of them. They're not time limited units. You could pull them by accident on any of the number of tickets that we get for free. Okay, so no, don't summon on these guys. Anyway, I hope that was informative for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like if you did. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. If you want to join my community, the link to my Discord will be in the description. And as always, guys, I'll catch you later.